Welcome here today. We're here to discuss a matter of extreme importance to everyone, which is the quality of water, the very staff of life here in the city of Newburgh. Yesterday, a state of emergency was declared concerning our drinking water and the presence of PFOS in the drinking water. What I'm here today is to tell you that as of yesterday, actually at the time the state of emergency was declared, is that the city of Newburgh has switched its source of drinking water from Washington Lake to Brown's Pond. The water that you now find in the faucet is now perfectly safe to drink. It has no PFOS in it as of now. What I also want to say is that at no time has the level of PFOS been over the EPA guidelines, which has been 200 parts per trillion. Our measurement has been at 140 parts per trillion. And so as we're working to try and find out the source of the contamination, we will continue to work from continue to draw water from Brown's Pond. Because Brown's Pond is a smaller body of water, we will be continuing the water usage guidelines, and I believe those have all been printed. I will read a few of them, which is the serving of water at a food and established restaurant except for specific request of a patron. So this is a restricted use. The use of water for washing paved surfaces, including but not limited to streets, roadways, sidewalks, driveway, garages, parking areas, tennis courts, and patios. The use of water for non-agriculture, irrigation and watering of lawns, flower gardens, landscaping, etc. The use of water for ornamental purposes. The use of water for non-commercial washing or cleaning of automobiles. The use of water from a fire hydrant except for firefighting or public health protection. Guidelines, and I believe those have all been printed. I will read a few of them, which is the serving of water at a food and established restaurant except for specific request of a patron. So this is a restricted use. The use of water for washing paved surfaces, including but not limited to streets, roadways, sidewalks, driveway, garages, parking areas, tennis courts, and patios. The use of water for non-agriculture, irrigation and watering of lawns, flower gardens, landscaping, etc. The use of water for ornamental purposes. The use of water for non-commercial washing or cleaning of automobiles. The use of water from a fire hydrant except for firefighting or public health protection. The use of water for flushing of sewers or hydrants. The use of water for sprinkling any portion of a golf course except for greens. The use of water for steam cleaning of buildings. The use of water for operation of ice skating rinks. The use of water for commercial washing or cleaning of automobiles. The use of by-way beds and facilities which do not recycle water. The use of water for the filling or the operation of the swimming pool. The use of water in residence in excess of 50 gallons per resident per day. The use of water in commercial or industrial facilities in excess of 75% of their average daily use. So what I'm saying to you is the water safety issue is currently resolved through the use of water from Brown's Pond. It is a short-term solution. We must find the source of contamination. The state has committed to us that they are doing an ongoing investigation at this time to discover the source. The water that is coming into Washington Lake through Silver Spring is how the contaminant is getting into the lake. The lake itself is not the source of the problem. So as we discover where the contamination is coming from, then that entity, whatever or wherever that is, will be partly responsible and part of the cleanup process or the fixing of the process. We also have opportunity to divert Silver Spring. There are solutions being worked on, discussed now at the state level. We are working with the Department of Health, the Department of, and all the people that work, the engineering department, to change the water supply and work on making our water as safe as possible. You can be 100% certain that I am working with the state. I've been on the phone with the state for the last 24 hours every hour, and sometimes every 15 minutes, working on the process on how we're going to move forward on this.
So far, no idea whatsoever what the source of the contamination might be?
No. They do not have a recommendation on that. They only know that it's coming in through Silver Spring.
Mayor, how long do you anticipate that these restrictions will be in place?
Can you start speaking to Mike so we can hear
The restrictions will be in place, the water restrictions will be in place as long as we're using water from Brown's Pond.
These might be how long?
Until we figure out, one, how to stop the contaminations coming in, two, whether to accept the contamination, three, whether to bypass Brown's Pond or Washington Lake, so we would have to create a diversion with Silver Stream so that the water would come through Silver Stream. So there are several choices, there are several things that we need to investigate, and we do not have all those answers as of today. We are in a process right now. The end result is we want the water to be as safe as possible for all of our citizens. And right now, coming in from Brown's Pond, it is exactly that, as safe as possible for us to make it.
Now, Mayor, do you know what specific steps are being taken right now to find the source of the contamination?
I know that the state is already working on an investigation in that. We are partnering with them. I know that the county is partnering with us. We have full cooperation at the state level and at the county level to solve this problem.
As a concerned citizen, I'm interested in knowing if, without a state of emergency, would have the measures that have been taken to make sure that our water is completely clear of PFOS had been taken as quickly and definitively.
It had been taken already before the state of emergency was declared.
The switch to Brown's Pond had already happened.
That switch
had been taken as quickly and definitively.
It had been taken already before the state of emergency was declared.
The switch to Brown's Pond had already happened.
That switch happened. That switch could happen without a state of emergency. It's a technical solution.
It didn't happen.
without the state of emergency, did you or had you already switched to the Brown Pond? So that's what the question was, Judy. That's what it was.
What I'm saying to you is that yesterday I discovered we were switched to Brown's Pond, and I discovered that we declared a state of emergency. And those things seem to have happened in conjunction.
So this results in any fines?
No, there are no fines.
If this was done 2 years ago, if this was done 2 years ago, what's different yesterday than was 2 years ago?
Where is the city manager?
The public has been aware. There has been a public water quality report available to all the public on a regular basis every time the State Department of Health does a water quality testing. So that the test is available now and has been available to the public all along.
I have a question. So where is the city manager since he did make
Oh,
the statement?
I'm sorry. Thank you for asking that question.
Because we don't see him here.
Hold on. Thank you for just a minute. Thank you for asking that question. And I really am sorry I didn't say it at the very beginning because I certainly intended to, and then I got started down this road. The city manager, please excuse the city manager. He has a health emergency this morning and is at the hospital now.